So what we discussed in the last session. So we started Android media package. We started. So what we discussed in the last session. So we started the Android media package. We started the Android media package. So we discussed these concepts. We discussed one is media player concept. We discussed, and we discussed a UI component called, and you discussed a UI component called video view component. We discussed. Okay. So today's session. So we'll discuss the remaining concepts what we are having in the Android media package. That is audio recording. So next one is video recording, audio recording, video recording, and camera. Audio recording, video recording, and camera. So we'll discuss these three topics. We'll discuss in the today's session. So what is the first one? The first one is audio recording. So there is a class called android.media.media recorder is the class. There is a class called android.media.media recorder is the class. Android.media.media recorder class is used to record audio and video files in Android. What is the class name? There is a class called media recorder is the class. This media recorder class is available in the Android media package. Android.media.media recorder class is used to record audio and video in Android. If you want to record audio and video in Android, then we use this class called media recorder. So what we had to do is, first of all, so we had to create an object for. So if you want to record an audio and video, we had to create an object for what? Media recorder class. We had to create an object. We had to create an object for media recorder. So media recorder is equals to new media recorder. So we had to create an object for media recorder, and next thing is to record audio. We had to set the following properties. To record audio, we had to set the following properties. To media recorder. To record audio, we had to set the following properties to which class, which object? Media recorder object. We had to set the properties. To record audio, we had to set the following properties to media recorder. So if you want to record the audio file, we had to create an object for the media recorder class. We had to create an object for which class? Media recorder class. We have to create an object. So create an object for media recorder. If you want to record the audio file, first create an object for media. Sorry, we already created the media recorder object. To record audio, we have to set the following properties to media recorder. Can I know what are the properties for recording an audio? Meaning what we need to record an audio. That is what I'm asking. So generally, for recording an audio, we had to specify some input source. We had to specify, meaning by using mic you want to record an audio, or by using a phone you want to record an audio. We had to specify that. So the first thing is we had to specify the input source. We had to specify, meaning by using mic you want to record audio, by using your phone you want to record audio. We had to specify. That is all the first thing we had to specify. Second thing is in which format you want to store the audio file. See, once the recording process is completed, in which format you want to store the audio file. Let us take you want to store the audio file in .mp3 extension, .amr extension. So there are some different audio file formats are there. So you had to specify in which format you want to store the audio file. That one we had to specify. So first thing is input source. Second thing is the audio format, in which format you want to store the audio file. Third thing is the quality of the audio file. You want to record with the low quality or you want to record with the high quality, you want to specify. The fourth parameter is after recording process is completed, where you want to store that audio file, meaning what is a file name. So where you want to store the audio file and what is the file name. So these properties we had to specify. To the media recorder. So your media recorder object dot, there is a method called The first thing is set audio source is a method. What is the first thing? Set audio source. So we had to specify the input source. We had to specify by using which component you want to record the audio. Media recorder dot set audio source. So first we had to create an object for this one. Media recorder dot audio source dot media recorder dot audio source dot mic. Generally we'll record audio. Generally we'll record audio by using which component? By using mic component. By using mic component we'll record an audio. So we had to specify, the first thing we had to specify what is the audio source for recording an audio. So we specified by using which component you want to record audio, mic. Next thing is we had to specify in which format you want to store the audio file. Meaning once the audio file is completed, in which format you want to store the audio file, we had to specify here. So the media recorder dot there is a method called set audio or set output format is a method. Set output format is a method. So media recorder dot output format dot AMR underscore NB. So we are having two formats here. One is AMR underscore NB, another one is AMR underscore WB. We are having two, meaning AMR is a format. Generally, the recorded audio files will store with .AMR extension. Then what is this AMR underscore NB means? Here in this AMR only there are two extensions are there again. One is AMR underscore NB, another one is AMR underscore WB. So one is a low quality, another one is a high quality. Generally, this NB is a high quality and audio file. So if you specify WB, that is a low quality one. Okay. Set output format, set audio source. Next we have to specify what is the audio encoder. So encoder means the quality here. Again we have to specify the quality. Recorder dot set audio encoder. Set audio encoder of media recorder dot audio encoder dot media recorder dot audio encoder dot, here also we specify AMR underscore NB again. Media recorder dot audio encoder dot AMR underscore NB. So we specified audio source, we specified output format, we specified audio encoder meaning the quality we specified. Next, one more property we had to specify, that is where you want to store the audio file after completion of this recording process. So the media recorder dot there is a method called set output file is a method. A set output is a method. Media recorder dot set output is a method. You have to specify the file location here. Let us take I want to store in my device storage information. I mean in my device internal storage SD card 0. Whatever the file name you want to store, specify the file name dot. What is the extension we specified? Dot AMR is the extension. Audio source, output format, audio encoder, output. Next we have to call the prepare method. We have to call recorder dot. What is the method name? Prepare is the method. Then you can start recording the audio by calling the start method. Recorder dot prepare and recorder dot start is a method. Okay. Set audio source, set output format, set audio encoder, set output file. Just specify the location where you want to store the audio file. And recorder dot prepare and the recorder dot start. So it's going to start recording an audio. So it is going to start recording an audio. Okay. And if you want to stop recording an audio, media recorder dot stop is a method. But this is mandatory. Before going to start recording an audio, we had to call the prepare method. We had to call, because in the prepare method only it will check all the conditions, whether you specified mic was, what is the guarantee phone is having a mic or not. So you specified some file location. You specified I want to store the file in this location. I want to store. What is the guarantee in that location file is there? So all these things, the media recorder is going to test in the prepare method. All these things, media recorder is going to test in the prepare method. It's going to test. Okay. So first we have to call the prepare method, then we have to call the start method. We have to call. Okay. Next. So we have to add two permissions in the manifest.xml file. If you want to record an audio file, we have to specify two permissions here. users permission android colon name is equals to android.permission dot record underscore audio is one thing. Android.permission dot record underscore audio is one permission. Record underscore audio is one permission, and another thing is to write external storage. Record underscore audio is the one thing, another one is what? To write external storage. Because we are storing the data into file, so we had to specify this write external storage permission we had to enable. The second thing is we are accessing the mic, right? We are accessing what? The mic we are accessing. So if you want to access the mic, if you want to access, we had to specify this permission, we had to specify record underscore audio permission we had to specify. So now we'll see, so now we'll develop an application. So we'll see how to record an audio by using this media recorder class. Okay. I'll see how to record an audio by using. So have we taken these things? So first we specified, we created object for media recorder. We specified what is the audio source. Here only there are two options are there. Either you can record a mic or you can record the phone call you can record. And what is the file format? Generally audio recording formats we will specify with .amr extension. So this AMR NB is the quality of the audio file. That one will specify in the encoder. Next, where you want to store the audio file, that is what we specified in the set output method. And before going to call the start method, we had to call what? Prepare method we had to call. Okay. So now, so we'll develop an application we'll develop for demonstrating this media recorder. Just only simple. Just I want to create a just on the screen. On the screen, just I want to create two buttons. I want to create. One is start, another one is stop. On the screen, just I want to create two buttons I want to create. One is the start button, another one is what? The stop button. I want to create two buttons I want to create. What are the two buttons? One is the start button I want to create, and another one is what? The stop button. So if you select the start button, start recording an audio. If we select start button, what we have to do? Start recording an audio. So once if you select the stop button, stop recording an audio. Okay. So this is what the logic we have to write. When you select start button, start recording an audio. When you select stop button, stop recording an audio. Okay. So now we'll develop the application. We'll develop an application for demonstrating this recording. So Eclipse is started. So now we'll create the application. So we'll create a project. So create a project file. So Android application project. So let's take my project name is. So audio recording test is a project name. So I want to create a project. Audio recording test is a project name. Okay. Next. Select finish. So here in the activity XML file, I want to create two buttons. I want to create one is a start button, another one is a stop button. So I want to create two buttons here. One is a start, another one is a stop button. Start and stop. Configure the click event for these two buttons. Start and Android colon on click is equals to start. Android colon on click is equals to stop. So we created two buttons we created in the activity XML file, and even we configured the click event also we configured. When we configure the click events. So on click is equals to start and Android colon on click is equals to stop. So we created two buttons we created, and even we configured the click event also we configured. So now in the Java file, in the main activity.java file, we have to create the two methods we have to create, the start method and the stop method. So create two methods in your activity XML activity file. So public void, what is the first one? Start is one method and another one is a stop method. Public void start and public void stop. So what is the first thing? When user selects start button, start recording audio. When user selects start button, start recording an audio. But before that, before going to select the start button, first of all we have to initialize few properties. We have to initialize. If you want to record audio and video, first we have to create an object for media recorder. First we have to create an object for what? Media recorder class. We have to create an object. So in the onCreate method, we have to create an object for media recorder. Recorder is equals to new media recorder. Media recorder is equals to what? New media recorder. So we have to specify. I already given the statements. If you want to record, one second. So we created an object for media recorder. So for this media recorder, we had to set the few properties like what is the audio source and all. We had to specify that. So media recorder dot. We had to specify set audio source. Media recorder dot audio source dot we had to specify mic. So using mic will record an audio. Recorder dot set audio source of media recorder dot audio source dot mic. By using mic will record audio. And what is the next one? We have to specify the quality of the audio file. Recorder dot. Before the quality, first you have to specify the format. You have to specify. Set output format is a method. Set output format media recorder dot output format dot. I want to record the audio file with AMR. So specify AMR ND. Other formats also there. Generally this MP4, 3GB, all these extensions we use for video files. So audio files means we'll specify AMR underscore ND. Set audio source, set output format, audio source, output format. Next we have to specify the audio encoder. We have to specify recorder dot set audio encoder is a method. Recorder dot set audio encoder is a method. Media recorder dot audio encoder dot AMR underscore ND. And next, what is the next one? We had to specify the location where you want to store the audio file. You had to specify that. Recorder dot set output file. Recorder dot set output file is a method. You have to specify the path here. Let's take I want to record the audio file. In the phone storage. SD card 0 means phone in the phone internal storage. In the phone internal storage, I want to create a file. I want to create a file with the name, for example, SDC underscore test.amr. This is what the file name we specified in the phone internal storage. The phone internal storage. So create a file. Create a internal storage. SD card 0 means internal storage. In the phone internal storage, SDC test.amr is a file name. What is the file name? SDC test.amr. Then we have to call the prepare method. Recorder.prepare is the method. Start recording the audio. So once the recording process is completed, then stop recording the sorry, mirror recorder.prepare. Then after that, call the start method. But we should not call the prepare and start method here in the onCreate method itself. So first in the onCreate method, just only we initialize the properties we initialized. When you have to start recording audio, when user selects the start button. So in the start button, call the recorder.prepare and recorder.start. But this prepare method is going to give some exception. The prepare method is going to give some exception. Put the logic. This try and prepare method, these two statements will put inside the try catch. These two statements will put inside what? Try catch. This is what the logic. This is what the logic written in the start method. And once if you want to stop recording an audio, in the stop method, the media recorder object dot, what is the method name? Stop is the method. I have to call the stop method for stop recording an audio. Okay. So this is what the logic for start recording an audio and the stop recording an audio. So we'll test this application. Before that, in the manifest.xml file, we have to add two permissions we have to add to work with audio recording. What are the two permissions? User's permission android colon name is equals to android.permission record underscore audio is the one thing for record mean to enable the mic, and the other thing is we are writing the data into some file. So user's permission android colon name is equals to android.permission write external storage, because we are writing the data into some file. We are writing the data. So now we'll test the application. Let's see whether it is working or not. So audio recording test. Just 1 second, I'll get back to you. Application will test. Okay. So audio recording test. Right click on the project, select run as Android application. So it is installing the app. So app is installed. So return the logic for start button. When you select the start button, it will start recording an audio. So let's take, I'm selecting the start button I'm selecting. Let's see whether it will record the audio or not. So I selected start button. I selected start button already. So it started recording an audio. If you want to give any confirmation, display some toast message kind of thing, or display some text view component here. Let us take, you can display audio recordings already started. So now it is already recording the audio. Now it's already recording the audio file. So now if you want to stop recording an audio, just select the stop button. If you select the stop button, it will stop recording an audio. Select the stop button to select this stop recording an audio. One second, just to change the orientation. See, already a audio file is already created. When you select stop button, it will stop recording an audio. So it is created one audio file. It is created in the phone internal storage. What is the file name? We specified sdc underscore test.amr is the file name. So with this file, it is created an audio file. It is created. Let's see whether it is playing the audio file or not. Started recording an audio. If you want to give any confirmation, display some toast message kind of thing, or display some text view component here. This is what the recorded audio file you are already started. So now it is already recording the audio. Now it's already recording the audio file. So now if you want to stop recording an audio, just select the stop button. If you select the stop button, it will stop recording an audio. Okay. So this is what the recorded audio file. Okay. So this is what how to record an audio in Android. Okay. So let me know the status whether have you understand or not, or if you have any queries, send the queries on this audio recording part. Still, if you are doing, just send a comment. We are doing. So tell me the status so that you know whether you are doing or it's completed, or if you have any queries. Okay. So have you got the output? Okay. So that is what the audio recording. So next we'll discuss the next concept. What is the next concept? So video recording is the next concept. So audio recording is completed. And what is the next one? So video recording is the next one. So next concept is what? Video recording. So if you want to record the video, if you want to record, so same package. So are you ready? Just give the confirmation so that I'll continue. I'll start this video recording part. So if you are ready, just give the confirmation so that we'll start video recording. Okay. So what is the next concept name? Video recording is the next concept. Okay, one thing I want to clarify. So you asked a question, is it possible to provide a pause option? Is it possible to provide while recording an audio? Okay. So programmatically we don't have any API, meaning the media recorder is not providing any API. The media recorder is not providing any support for the pause, meaning it is not giving any API for the pause. It is giving the stop functionality, stop method and all, but it is not given any method. It is not given any method for pause recording an audio. It is not given any method for pause recording an audio. So if you want to provide the pause functionality, if you want to provide the pause functionality, so then what the people will do, first of all, when user selects the start button, they'll create one temporary file. They'll create, for example, temp1.amr. Next, when you select the start button, they'll create one more temporary file called temp2.amr, temp1.amr, temp2.amr. Like they'll create the temporary files. They'll create whenever you select the pause button. They will create the internally. They'll create the temporary files. They'll create whenever you select the stop button. So they will merge all these temporary files. Whenever you select the stop button, they will merge all these files into one single file with the extension .amr. They will merge all these files into one single file with .amr. But practically, it's not that much easy of merging a files. Okay, this is what the solution if you want to provide the pause functionality while recording an audio. But programmatically, the media recorder is not providing any built-in support. It's not providing any method for pause recording an audio. Okay, if you want to record audio, this is what the logic we had to do. We had to maintain the temporary files. At end, we had to merge all the temporary files into one single file with the extension .amr. Okay, so now let's see how to record the video file. Let's see how to record the video. Okay, so if you want to record the video, there is a class called android.media recorder is a class. Android.media recorder class is used to record Android.media recorder class. Android.media recorder class is used to record video in Android. If you want to record the video, what is the class name? Android.media recorder is the class. This class is used to record what? Media recorder class is used to record video in Android. So here we have to create an object for media recorder. Create an object for media recorder. Media recorder is equals to new media recorder. Media recorder is equals to new media recorder. So to record video, we had to set the following properties. To record video, we had to set the following properties. To record video, we had to set the following properties to video view component. To record video, we had to set the following properties to video view component. So what are the properties we have to specify? The media recorder object dot first thing we had to specify, for recording video also we had to specify the same thing. Set audio source, or video also we had to specify the audio source, we had to specify media recorder dot audio source dot mic. That is what the first thing we had to specify. Media recorder dot audio source dot mic. This was the first thing we had to specify. And the media recorder dot set video source dot set audio source is one thing, set video source is another one. Media recorder dot video source dot will record the video by using camera. First we'll record the audio by using mic, will record an audio. We'll record the audio by using what? We'll record the audio, we'll record an audio by using mic, will record an audio. Next, what is a video source? For recording a video, what is a video source? Camera is a video source for recording a video. Then after that, we specified audio property, we specified video property, we specified, and by default, the format is .mp4 format. You don't need to specify. Any video file format. You don't need to specify explicitly because automatically the format, the video file format is what? .mp4. It will store the file in .mp4 extension. It will store the file. Okay. We specified audio source, the video source we specified. Next we had to specify the quality of the video file. We had to specify in which format you want to store the video file. We had to specify that one. I mean the quality of the video file, and you need to specify the format. You need to specify because by default it is going to store in .mp4 extension. It will store. So if you want to specify the quality of the video file, if you want to specify the quality of the video file, camcorder profile is the class. Camcorder profile is equals to camcorder profile dot camcorder profile is equals to camcorder profile dot get off camcorder profile dot quality underscore high. Generally we use this property for specifying the quality of the video file. So here camcorder profile is equals to camcorder profile dot get off camcorder profile dot quality underscore high. Meaning I want to record the video with a high quality. I want to record the video. If you want to record with low quality, specify quality underscore low, quality underscore high, quality underscore medium, like that we'll specify. So next what we had to do is we had to set this camcorder profile object, we had to set to the media recorder. So here the media recorder object dot set profile of the media recorder object dot set profile of, we had to specify the camcorder profile object, we had to specify. So once if we set this object to the media recorder, so meaning we specified the quality. So we specified the quality. I want to record the video with the high quality. I want to record the video. So next, if you want to start, so we specified audio source, we specified video source, we specified what is the quality of the video file, is specified. Next, recorder dot set output file is a method. What is the method name? Recorder dot set output file is a method. So here we had to specify the file path. We had to specify dot, what is the extension? .mp4 is a file extension. Wherever you want to store the file, specify the file path. And .mp4. I want to store the file with the .mp4 extension. I want to store the file. Okay. We specified the output file also. We specified. So we specified audio source, video source, what is the quality of the video file, and where you want to store the video file also we specified. Now the important thing is, see, it's not like audio. Audio means you cannot show anything to the user. Once if you show a message to the user, that is fine. Audio recording is started, audio recording is stopped. But video is not like that, right? Video is not like that. Once the video recording is started, once the video recording is started, once the video recording is started, we have to display the video preview to the user. Once the video recording is started, what we have to do? Whatever it is recording on the camera, whatever it is recording on the camera, we have to display that camera preview. We have to display here. Recall once again. By using these properties, what are the properties we specified now? That audio source, video source, that profile, output file where you want to store. With these properties, we can record a video file. We can record, but while recording video, we have to display the video preview to the user what it is recording. We have to display a video preview to the user what it is recording. For displaying this video preview, we use a UI component called Surface View. For displaying this video preview, we use a UI component. What is a UI component? Surface View is a UI component. So one of the most important concepts in future, when you are discussing about the graphic components we are discussing, at that time you will get a requirement of once again understanding the Surface View component. In Android, if you want to display any graphics, it may be video preview, or it may be video player, or it may be camera preview, or online streaming applications, or online video calling applications like Skype and these things. Internally, if you want to display any graphics in Android, we use a UI component called what? Surface View is a UI component. So I'll write the log. I'll write here. So by using the above properties, we can display a video file. Sorry. By using the above properties, we can record. By using above properties, we can record a video. By using above properties, we can record a video. But while recording video, we have to display the video preview to the user. But while recording video, we have to display the video preview to the user. We have to display the video preview to the user. For displaying the video preview, we use an advanced UI component called what? Surface View is a component. If you want to display the video preview, if you want to display on the screen, we have to create a UI component called what? Surface View component. We have to create. Where you have to create this Surface View component? In the XML file, we have to create a Surface View component. We have to create. Okay. By using the above properties, we can record a video. But while recording video, if you want to display the video preview, to the user, for displaying a video preview to the user, we use an advanced UI component called what? Surface View is a component. So now we have to create a UI component in the activity XML file. What is the UI component name? Surface View is a component. So in your activity XML file, the main activity_main.xml, in the activity XML file, in this activity XML file, we had to create one UI component. We had to create a UI component called what? Surface View is the component. We had to create a UI component called what? Surface View is the component. So here, select advanced here. In advanced, you can find a UI component. In advanced, you can find a UI component called what? Surface view is the component. In advanced, we can find a UI component called what? Surface view is the component. So just create a surface view component in the activity XML file. Create one surface view component. In the activity XML file, create a UI component called what? Surface view is the component. We had to specify the width and height for this surface view component. We had to specify the width and height for this surface view component. We'll specify width is match parent, occupy the entire screen. We'll specify width is match parent, occupy the entire screen, the surface view component. Height in place of wrap content, I'm specifying some specific pixels. Let us take 350 dp is the height I specified. Or otherwise, if you are familiar with the weight property, yesterday we discussed, right? If you are familiar with the weight property, apply 0.9. 90% of the screen for this surface view component, remaining 10% of the screen for these two image view components. Okay. So now, what is the UI component we created? We created a UI component called surface view, where you can find the surface view component. In advanced, you can find a UI component called what? Surface view is a component. In the activity XML file, we had to create this surface view component. We had to create. Okay. Next, right here. Directly, we cannot perform any operations on surface view. Directly, we cannot perform any operations on surface view. Directly, we cannot perform any operations on surface view. To manage the surface view, directly we cannot perform any operations on surface view. To manage the surface view, we had to create an object for. To manage the surface view, we had to create an object for. What? Surface holder. We had to create an object. Directly, we cannot perform any operations on surface view. To manage the surface view, we had to create an object for what? Surface holder. We had to create an object. So create an object for surface holder. Holder is equals to the surface view object. Dot get holder is the method. Surface view dot get holder is the method which is used to get the object of surface holder. Holder is equals to surface view dot get holder is a method which is used to get the object of which class? Surface holder class. You will get the object. Okay, you will get the object for which class? Surface holder class. You will get the object. So let's complete up to this part. In the activity XML file, we created a surface view component. We created in the activity XML file. Next, what we had to do is in the Java file, in the main activity.java, in the onCreate method. Sorry, I'm doing in the same project I'm doing. We'll create one separate project. We'll create for this video recording. We'll create a separate project for this video recording. We'll create a project, file, new, Android application project. Let us take project name is video recording test is the project name. What is the project name? Video recording test is a project name. Next. So video recording test is a project name. So here we have to create two buttons to create here. One is for start and stop. So when user selects start button, I want to start recording a video. When user selects stop button, I want to stop recording the video. I want to stop. Start and stop. Configure the click event for these two buttons. One is start and stop. Configure the click event. Android on click is equals to start. Android on click is equals to stop. So start and stop. So we had to create these two methods. We had to create in the Java file. Open the main activity.java. What are the two methods? The start method and the stop method. Start method and the stop method. Okay. So we configured the click event also. We configured for the two methods. We configured the click event. In the activity XML file, we created two buttons. We created, and even we configured the click event also. We configured in the Java file. Okay. So now what we have to do to manage this or to display the video preview. So here we had to create a UI component. We had to create where that UI component, I mean the surface view component we had to create where that surface view component is available in the advanced. In the advanced, you can find a UI component called what? Surface view. Create this surface view component in your activity XML file. We'll apply the properties. Match parent, occupy the entire string. Place of wrap content, I'm specifying 350 dp. 350 dp is the height of that UI component. Okay. So we created a surface view component. We created in the activity XML file. We created a surface view component. Okay. And what is the next one? In the XML file, we created a surface view component, right? We had to get that surface view component. We had to get into your Java code. In the onCreate method, get that surface view component. Surface view is equals to surface view find view by id r.id.surface view one component. So we got the surface view component we got from XML to Java. We got the surface view component we got from XML to what? Java. We got the surface view component. So if you want to manage this surface view component, if you want to manage, we had to create an object for surface folder. We had to create an object. If you want to manage the surface view component, we had to create an object for what? Surface folder. We had to create an object. How do you get the surface folder object? Your surface view object dot get folder is a method. Surface folder is equals to the surface view object dot get folder is a method. The surface view dot get folder is a method which is used to get the object of surface folder. Okay. So next thing is the surface view dot get folder is a method which is used to get the object of surface folder. The next thing is this surface view is having three events. Surface view is having how many events? Surface view is having how many events? Three events it is having. The three events of surface view is, one is surface created is one event. Surface created is one event. Surface changed is one event. Surface created is one event. Surface created, surface changed, and surface destroyed. Okay, the surface view is having how many events? It is having three events. It is having, one is surface created is one event, surface changed is one event, and surface destroyed is the another event. To get these events, we had to configure the following listener. To get these events, we had to configure the following listener. We had to configure to get these events. We had to configure the following listener. That listener is your surface folder object. What is the next one? The surface folder dot add callback is the method. What is the method name? The surface folder object dot add callback is the method. For this one, the input parameter is new folder dot callback. New folder dot callback, which contains three methods here. The three methods are, one is surface created is one method. Next, surface changed is another method. surface created is one method, surface change is another method, surface destroyed is another method. Okay, the surface view is having three events. What are the three events? Created, surface change, and surface destroyed. To get these events, we had to configure the listener. We had to configure. So that listener is holder dot add callback new surface holder dot callback, which contains three methods: created, changed, and destroyed. Based on the event type, it is going to call a particular method, whether it is created or changed or destroyed. Okay. So now observe here. Observe here. In the activity XML file, we created a surface view component. The surface view component we created in the activity XML file. We had to get that surface view component into your Java code. We got the surface view component. Surface view is equals to surface view find view by id r.id.surface view 1. We got the surface holder object also. We got surface holder is equals to surface view dot get holder. This surface holder is having how many events? I mean, it contains three events, either created, changed, or destroyed. If you want to get that events, if you want to get that events, we have to configure this listener. We have to configure the holder dot add callback. The surface holder dot add callback is a method. What is the input parameter for this one? Input parameter for this one is object of callback. So new surface holder dot callback. Surface holder dot add callback of what is the input parameter for this one? The surface holder dot add callback. What is the input parameter for this? Object of surface holder dot callback. Meaning whenever the surface is created, it is going to call this surface created method is going to call. Whenever you destroy the surface, this surface destroyed method is going to be called. Whenever you change the orientation, of the device, it's going to call surface change method is going to call. So this is what the logic we had to write. Just what is the logic we did? I'll explain once again. XML file. In the XML file for displaying the video preview, we created a UI component called surface view component we created in the XML file. Next, what we did in the Java file, we got the surface view component we got into Java code. Directly we cannot perform any operations on the surface view. That's why we had to create an object for surface holder. We had to create an object. Surface holder is equals to the surface view object dot get holder is the method which is used to get the object of surface holder. This surface view is having three events. Either it may be created, changed, or destroyed. To get that events, we configured a listener. We configured holder dot add callback. New surface holder dot callback is a listener which contains three methods: destroyed, created, and changed. Whenever the screen is created, this surface created method is going to call. Whenever the screen is destroyed, on surface destroyed method is going to call. Whenever you change the orientation, this surface change method is going to call. Whenever the surface is created, meaning whenever the screen is created, we had to display that video preview. We had to display on the screen, but we have not written any logic for displaying the video preview. So first we'll initialize that logic. We initialize for recording the video. We had to create an object for media recorder. We had to create an object for what? Media recorder. Before this surface view component only, initialize the media recorder object. Recorder is equals to new media recorder. Recorder dot set audio source. We had to specify set audio source. What is the audio source? Media recorder dot audio source dot mic. By using mic will record an audio. And next, what is another one? Recorder dot set video source is another one. Set video source. Media recorder dot video source dot what is the source? Camera is a video source. Next, audio source we specified, video source we specified, audio source we specified, video source we specified. Next, what we had to specify? Audio source, video source, we had to specify the quality of the video. How we can specify the quality of the video? By using camcorder profile. Camcorder profile is equals to camcorder profile dot get off camcorder profile dot quality underscore. These are the different qualities we are having: low quality, high quality, normal quality, like that. Just like I want to record the video with the high quality. I want to record the video. So we specified quality underscore high. Quality underscore high. Now we have to set this profile object. We have to set to media recorder. Media recorder dot set profile of media recorder dot set profile of. We have to specify the camcorder profile object. We have to set to the media recorder. So meaning we specified the quality of the video file. We specified audio source, video source. What is the quality of the video file? Also we specified. Next, what is the next one we had to specify? Audio source, video source, profile is specified. Next thing is where you want to store the video file. You have to specify recorder dot set output file. You have to specify the path where you want to store the video file. Specify the path here: /storage /SD card 0. I want to store the file with the name sdc underscore test dot. What is the video file extension? We specified MP4. I told you, right? By default, if you don't specify anything, it is going to store the video file with .mp4 extension. It will store the video file test.mp4. So we specified these properties. By using these properties, we can record a video. By using these properties, we can record a video. And for displaying that video, we created a surface view component. For displaying the video files, what we created? We created on surface view component we created, and we already configured the listeners also. We configured whenever the surface is created, the surface created method is going to be called. Whenever the surface is changed, the surface change method is going to be called. Whenever the surface is destroyed, this surface destroyed method is going to be called. Whenever the surface is created, this surface created method is going to be called. In this surface created method, if you want to display the video preview, on this surface view, the media recorder dot, there is a method called set preview display is the method. What is the method name? Set preview display is the method. We had to specify holder dot get surface, meaning after the surface is created, because before the surface creation, if you write the logic, you will get a null pointer exception. You will get, because the surface is not created. That's why what is the logic we are doing? After the surface is created, we are displaying the video preview. We are displaying on the surface view component. Then after that, call the prepare method. Recorder dot. I'm calling the prepare method also. I'm calling inside the surface created method only. And we seen this logic is going to give exception. Put the logic inside the try catch. This logic is going to be the exception. Put this logic inside what? The try catch. Put the logic. And the next thing is, after the surface is created, we are displaying the video preview on the surface view component. We are displaying the video preview. Whenever you select the start button, start recording the videos. Recorder.start is the method for start recording the video. Whenever you select the stop button, stop recording the video. Recorder. What is the method name? Stop is recorder.stop and recorder.stop. For start recording an audio, stop recording an audio. Okay. And in the manifest.xml file, open your project manifest.xml, Android manifest.xml. In the project manifest.xml file, if you want to record audio, if you want to record the audio, so users permission Android colon name is equals to Android.permission record underscore audio is the one thing for start recording an audio. And if you want to write the data into some storage, if you want to write the data into some storage, we have to specify this permission, android.permission.write external storage. So we had to specify these two permissions. One is to record audio, one is to write the data into file, and we had to specify one more thing, that is, even we are accessing the camera, right? For accessing the camera, we had to specify this permission, android.permission.camera. Okay. So now we'll test the application. Nothing was, just we created a surface view component. We got the surface view component into Java, and we created a listener we configured to get that surface view events. Whenever the surface view created, we are displaying that media recorder preview we are displaying on the surface view, and we are calling the prepare method. Whenever you select the start button, we are start recording a video. Whenever you select stop button, stop recording a video. And in the manifest.xml, we specified some permissions: record the audio, camera, and write external storage. So we'll test the application. Let's see whether it is recording and displaying the video preview or not. Run as Android application. So app is installed. This black color screen is there, right? This is what the surface view component. Okay. So now I selected the start button. So once if you select the start button, it will start recording a video file, and whatever it is recording, now it is recording the video. Now it is recording the video. Whatever the video it is recording, it is displaying the video preview here on the surface view component. So now I'm recording the video file I'm recording. So whatever it is recording, it is displaying the video preview. It is displaying on the surface view component. It is displaying the video preview. Okay. So now I selected the stop button. So once if we select the stop button, it will stop displaying the video preview. Even if you change also, now I'm changing the camera, but it will not display because we already stopped recording the video preview. Let's see whether it is created the video file or not. What is the file path we specified? The file path we specified in the storage, in the phone storage. In the phone storage, we stored the file with the name. We stored the file with the name what? SDC underscore test.mp4 is the file. This is what the video file we save. Let's see whether it is stored the video file or not. Now I'm playing the recorded video file. I'm playing. It is recording. It is displaying the video preview here on the surface view. So now I'm playing the video file, which is recorded. Video file I'm recording. So whatever it is recording, it is displaying the video preview. It is displaying on the surface view component. It is displaying the video preview. Okay. So now I selected the stop button. So once if we select the stop button, okay. So this is what the video recording. So important thing you have to understand, the surface view component you have to understand how to display that video preview. Okay. So send me if you have any queries, or if you are doing still if you are doing, just send. We are doing it's completed, just send the complete. So let me know the status first of all. So where you are. Send me your comments. I mean, you want to see any code, or you are already doing, or it's completed, just send the queries. Come on, boss. After completion of video recording, again audio recording you are asking. So first let's complete this video recording. That's why I told you, right? If you have any queries, send the queries at that time only. First let's do this video recording thing. If you have any queries, first ask in this video recording, then we'll see that audio recording test. If you want to see any code reference, you can use the existing workspace which I already shared you. Already I shared you one workspace, right? If you want to see any code, directly you can see the code in that workspace. Where exactly you want to see the code? So just tell me so that I'll see that, I'll show that code on. It is having three methods. So let me know once if you confirm. I mean, once if you complete it, so that we'll proceed. We'll discuss the next two topics. We'll discuss the camera and gallery concepts. We'll discuss. So, okay. So we're discussing about the media package. So 4 things we completed. So audio recording, video recording, media player, and the video view component are completed. So if you want to change, I mean, if you are getting the inverted version, I mean in the reverse side of the camera, just we have to change the rotation. Just apply the rotation for the surface view component. So automatically it will display in a normal view. Okay. So we'll discuss the next remaining 2 concepts. We'll discuss what are the remaining next 2 concepts. The remaining 2 concepts are, one is camera is one thing and another one is gallery. So camera and gallery. So observe here. So let's take first thing is camera. What is the first one? Camera. So camera is one of the built-in activity. Camera is one of the built-in activity. Camera is one of the built-in activity. Use implicit intent. Use implicit intents to call. Use implicit intents to call the built-in activity. Camera is one of the built-in activity. Camera is one of the built-in activity. Use implicit intents. Use implicit intents to call what? Use implicit intents to call the built-in activity. So if you want to call the camera activity, if you want to call the camera activity, we had to create an object for intent. So create an object for intent. Intent I is equals to new intent. We had to specify the built-in action, camera name. Android.media.action.image underscore capture. Intent I is equals to new intent of android.media.action.image underscore capture is the activity name. Okay. So with this activity, it's going to call the built-in camera activity. It's going to call with this statement. It is going to call the built-in camera application. It's going to call. Next, specify the path here. Wherever you want to store the image, first specify the file path here. /storage SD card 0 and the device internal storage. Store the file with the name file name dot maybe. First specify the path here. Wherever you want to store the file, the captured image, specify the file path here dot jpg. This is what the file location. I want to store the file in this location. I want to store. So normal string object, we had to convert this string object to file object. File f is equals to new file of path. File f is equals to new file of path. Okay. And next, so the intent object dot put extra is the method. Intent object dot put extra is the method. Intent to dot extra underscore output. Intent to dot extra underscore output comma URI dot from file of specify the file object. Meaning wherever you want to store the file, we already specified that file path object we already specified. So normal string object, we had to convert this one to file object. File f is equals to new file of path. So wherever you want to store the file, you had to specify here intent dot put extra, intent to dot extra underscore output, intent dot extra underscore output, and URI dot from file of specify the file object wherever you want to store the file. And we had to use a method. Start activity for result. Start activity for result. We are specifying the intent object. We are specifying here. Start activity for result. We are specifying the intent object. We created object for intent. We created the object. We specified the file path where you want to store the file. We specify the file object, new file of path. Intent dot put extra underscore output, meaning where you want to store the file, specify here. URI dot from file of specify the file object. Start activity for result, and we had to specify the intent object. We had to specify here. So we specified the intent object. Now here you have to understand the intent object. Second parameter, we had to specify the request code. Second parameter is what? Request code. See, in the earlier examples, what we discussed, we used a start activity method. In our earlier examples, we used a method called what? Start activity method we used. But now in place of that start activity, we are using a method called what? Start activity for result method we are using. We are using a method called what? Start activity for result. Why we are using the start activity result method? Because if we in the above method, in the above method, in the above method, if we if we in the above method, if we specify the second parameter in the above method, meaning in the start activity for result method, in the start activity for result method, in the above method, if we specify the second parameter, if we specify the second parameter, what is the second parameter we are having? Request code. In the above method, if you specify the second parameter greater than or equals to 0, in the above method, if you specify the second parameter greater than or equals to 0, after the activity is completed, after activity is completed, after the next activity, after next activity is completed, after next activity is completed, it will invoke on activity result, it will invoke on activity result method, it will invoke on activity result method in the activity class. I'll recall once again, in the above method, meaning start activity for result method, in the above method, I mean the start activity for result method, if we specify the second parameter, what is the second parameter? Request code. If we specify the second parameter, I mean the request code greater than or equals to 0, after the next activity is completed, it will invoke on activity result method, in the activity class. So if you want to perform any post operations, if we want to perform any post operations, if you want to perform any post operations means like image cropping functionality. If you want to perform any post operations like image cropping, next sending captured image to the server, sending captured image to the server, this is what another thing. If we want to perform any post operations like image cropping functionality, sending the captured image, whatever the image you saved, that image if you want to send to the server, image cropping, next edit the image, meaning you want to change the color, like these operations if you want to perform, if you want to perform any post operations, perform that post operations in the on activity result method. Try to understand. If you understand this statement, it will be great for us. In the above method, if we specify the second parameter, what is the second parameter? Request code. If the request code is greater than or equals to 0, after the activity is completed, after the next activity, meaning the camera activity is completed, it will invoke on activity result method. It will invoke on activity result method in the activity class. It will invoke on activity result method in the activity class. If we want to perform any post operations, we'll perform that post operations in the on activity result method. We'll perform the post operations in the on activity result method. We'll perform the post operations. Okay, this is what the logic to call the camera activity. Once the image is captured, what will happen? It is going to invoke the on activity result method is going to be invoked. This is what the camera. And what is the next one? Gallery. If you want to pick up the gallery, it is also an intent. Intent I is equals to new intent. I dot set action. Here we had to specify intent to dot action underscore pick. Action underscore what? Pick. intent I is equals to new intent I dot set action intent dot action underscore pickup. I mean, I want to select one file. I want to select. You have to specify one more thing. Which type of file you want to select, you have to specify here. Intent dot set type is the method. Intent dot set type is the method. Image slash star, meaning which kind of, what kind of data you want to get. What kind of data you want to get? I want to get all the image type of data I want to get. So that's why you specified I dot set type image slash star. Here also same thing. Start activity for result. Start activity for result. We had to specify the intent object. We had to specify. We had to specify the intent object. We had to specify, and second parameter we had to specify what? The request code we had to specify. Start activity for result, intent object, and the request code. The intent object and the request code. Okay. So if you observe here, for the same built-in activities, we are using the same method. Start activity for result method. Intent object and the request code. Intent object and the request code. So here also same thing. Once if we select any image, we are displaying that selected image to the, we are getting that selected image in the on activity result method. Okay. So now we'll do an application we'll develop for demonstrating this camera and the gallery. So let's take, this is what the device screen. This is what the device screen. Here, I want to create one image view component. I want to create one. What is the UI component name? What is this UI component? It's a image view component. And this image view component is empty initially. Initially, this image view component is what? Empty. Next, we'll create two buttons here. We'll create two buttons. The two buttons are, one is camera is one thing. So in the end of the screen, bottom of the screen, we'll create two buttons. We'll create, one is camera is one activity. Camera is one built-in activity, and another thing is the gallery is another built-in activity. Camera and gallery. Once if we select the camera button, I want to call the built-in camera application. I want to take an image. Once if we select the camera, button, forward to the built-in camera application. Camera is one of the built-in activity. You need to create this activity once again. So forward to the built-in camera application forward, and after that image is captured. Once if you select the image, set that image to the image view component. Which image you captured, set that image to the image view component. Here also same thing. Gallery also same thing. When you select gallery, get the list of images from the phone. When you select gallery button, get all the list of images. Get all the list of images from your phone. Get all the list of images from your phone. So once if we select any image, for example, I select this image. I'll select first. Once if we select any file, any file, just I want to. This is what the image, for example. I selected this image. Once if we select this image, we had to set that selected image to the image view component. This is what the requirement. Once if we select any image, set that selected image to the image view component. This is what the requirement in gallery. Okay, so we'll develop this application. To create a project, we'll create file new Android application project. File new Android application project. Specify the project name. Let us take my project name is camera test. Camera test is a project name. Next. Again next. Finish. Okay, camera test is a project name. So here we had to create an image view component. Initially that image view is what? Empty. So here, initially we will create one image view component. We will create, select images and media. In images and media, you can find the UI component called image view. First, create this image view component. We will specify some specific width and height for this image view component. Let us take width. We will specify match parent, occupy the entire screen. Height will specify some specific size. For example, 350 dp is the height I specified. What is the height I specified? 350 dp is the height I specified. So we create on image view component and one. So we create on image view component we create. So next we'll create two buttons. We'll create. One is the camera. Another one is what? Gallery. We'll create two buttons. We'll create. One is camera. Another one is what? Gallery. So let us take camera is one thing. Camera is one button. Another one is what? Gallery. Camera and gallery. Configure the click event for these two buttons. Android colon on click is equals to camera. Android colon on click is equals to camera, and Android colon on click is equals to gallery. Android colon on click is equals to camera, and Android colon on click is equals to what? Gallery. So we created two buttons. We created camera and gallery. So now we have to create these two methods, this camera method and the gallery method. We have to create two methods. We have to create in the Java file. So we create two buttons. We created. Now we have to create these two methods. We have to create in the Java file. We have to create the two methods. Open this main activity.java. Here, in this main activity.java, here we have to create two methods. We have to create. What are the two methods? One is camera and another one is what? Gallery. Public void camera. View is input parameter for this one. And what is another one? Gallery is another one. Public void gallery. Camera and gallery. Okay, camera and gallery. We created two methods. We created. So already given the syntax for camera and gallery. Let us take directly and copying the code rather than writing the code once again. This is what the camera syntax. What is the camera syntax, and this is what the gallery code. So problem with the import, just I imported all the classes I imported. Okay. So camera. So specify the file name here. Whatever the file you want to store, specify the file name here. Let us take, I want to store the file with the name sdc_test.jpg is the file. This is what the file I want to store. And here it's not intent object, just a small change, that is media store. Media store.extra_output. Just you have to change one thing here. In place of intent, specify media store.extra_output. Specify the file object wherever you want to store the file. Start activity for result. Start activity for result. First parameter we have to specify the intent object. Second parameter we have to specify the request code. I already explained you. If request code is greater than 0, it is going to call on activity result method in the activity class. So what we have to do is, I am specifying the request code here. I am specifying the request code is 1. I am specifying here. And even if you select gallery, also same thing. Gallery is equals intent object we created. First parameter we had to specify the intent object we had to specify. Second parameter is the request code. Request code I am specifying 2. Okay. I'll recall once again. For camera, what is the request code we specified? 1 is the request code we specified. For gallery, what is the request code? 2 is the request code we specified for the gallery. Read the statement what we written. If we specify the second parameter greater than or equals to 0, after the activity is completed, after the activities exist, in your current activity class, one method is going to be invoked. What is that method? on activity result method. So right now we are in the activity class. Just give control space. You'll get the list of methods in the activity class. You will get what? The list of methods in the activity class. We had to provide the implementation for which method? We had to provide the implementation for the on activity result method. We had to provide the implementation for the on activity result method. We had to provide the implementation. In this on activity result method, whatever the post operations you want to perform, meaning after the image is captured or after selecting the image, if you want to perform any post operations, write that post operations in the on activity result method. But how to know here whether I got a request from a camera or I got a request from gallery? How to know that one? See, that's why you are specifying the different request codes we are specifying. Request code 1 means what? It is a camera. Request code 2 means what? It is from gallery. So if you observe here, this on activity result method, it's a built-in method. You give control space, directly you can select on activity result method. This on activity result method is taking an input parameter called request code. The first input parameter for this on activity result method, what is the first input parameter? Request code is the first input parameter. You have to write the logic here. If this request code is double equals to 1, if request code is double equals to 1, then it is from which activity? Camera activity. Else if request code is double equals to 3, then meaning this is from which activity? This is from gallery activity. So now what we had to do is we had to set that captured image. In case of camera, we had to set that captured image to the image view component. In case of gallery, we had to set that selected image to the image view component. This is what the logic you had to write in the on activity result method. So what we'll do is here we'll declare this path object globally. When you are creating the image, what I'm doing is just I'm creating the path object globally. I'm creating, not inside the method, because if you create inside the method, we can access only inside that particular block you can access. That's why globally I move this path. So I move this path variable to globally. I move this path variable. So we already have a file path we are having. Once request code of gallery is 2, meaning you can give anything. It's not only 1 or 2. It may be any number you can specify, but it should be greater than or equals to 0. Okay. So in the on activity result method, see if request code 1 means what? Oh, sorry. If request code 1 means camera, if request code 2 means what? It is gallery. If it is from camera, we have to set that captured image to the image view component. First, get that image view component into your Java code. In the XML file, we created the image view component. Get that image view component into your Java code. Image view, find UID r.id.imageview1. I want to set that image to the image view component. So image view dot, there is a method called set image URI is a method. What is the method name? Set image URI is the method. So that you can specify URI.from file of, we had to specify the file object we had to specify. But what we are having the response in a string object we are having here, path. We'll do one thing. This file object also will declare globally, so we can access anywhere. This file object also we declared what? Globally I declared this file object. So that file object also I declared what? Globally I declared the file object I declared. So now in this on activity result method, image view dot set image URI dot from file of, specify the file object. Image view dot set image URI dot from file of, specify the file object. Okay, it is going to set that image to the image view component, meaning whatever the image you saved, it is going to set that image to the image view component. It's going to set the image. Okay. If request code is 2 means, what? That is from gallery. Anyway, This on activity result method is taking an input parameter called data. That data means nothing but this data object contains the selected file path it contains. So directly you can use this one. If request code is true means meaning from gallery means image view dot set image URI, image view dot set image URI, URI dot from file of, specify the file object. Sorry, not the file object. You will get the data, I mean the selected object dot data dot, there is a one more method called get data is a method, data dot get data. Image dot set image URI, you need to specify the URI dot from file here. Directly you will get the URI object, you will get set image URI data dot, because already this method is taking an intent object called data, data dot get data is a method. That's it. So the selected image we are going to set to the image view component we are setting. We are setting that image to the image view component, the selected image we are setting. Okay. This is what the camera and gallery. Once if you select any image or if you captured any image, it is going to call on activity result method is going to call. In the on activity result method we are doing, in case of it is from camera, we already stored that file path we stored, we are setting that one to the image view component. In case of it is from gallery, already this method is taking an input parameter called intent. Okay, this intent object contains which file you selected. So that file we are displaying here. So data.getData is a method so that we can get. Here we had to add three permissions we had to add. First thing is we are accessing camera we are accessing. So we had to specify the camera permission we had to specify. Second thing is we are writing the data into storage. We are writing the data into storage. Once if we capture the image, we are writing the data into some storage, right? We have to specify write external storage permissions we have to specify. So open manifest.xml, Android manifest.xml. Here we have to specify two permissions we have to specify. What are the two permissions? Camera and write external storage. Users permission Android colon name is equals to Android.permission dot camera is one thing. And what is another one? Write external storage. Users permission Android colon name is equals to Android dot write external storage. Okay. So now we'll test the application. Now we'll test the application whether it is calling the camera or not, whether it is storing or not. So test application will test. It is working now. So camera test. It has another application. So it's not installed. So maybe given some exception. Insufficient storage it is there. Okay, so it test application. So camera test run as Android application. Again, we go to same section. So once again, I don't have storage space. So app is installed. So we got image view component and two buttons. We got camera button and the gallery button. So when you select camera button, it's going to call the built-in camera application. It's going to call. It is going to call the built-in camera application. It's going to call. Okay. So this was the camera preview. So once if you capture the image, this was my camera preview. Okay. So once if you capture the image, see I selected the image. Once if you select this S button, once if you captured the image, it is going to set that image to the image view component. This is what the logic we return. Where we return the logic? In the on activity result method we return the logic. Meaning after the image is captured, it is going to call on activity result method is calling in the activity class. This is one thing. We are calling the camera and we are setting that captured image to the image view component we are setting. And the other thing is what? Gallery. Select gallery button. Once if we select gallery, we will get all list of images. We will get all the list of images which are available. We will get all the list of images which are available in the phone. So if you want to set any image, see these are all the list of images in my phone. If you want to set any image to the image view component, just we have to select that image we have to select. So once if you select the image, see directly we are setting that captured image to the image view component. We are setting that image. This is what the gallery component. Okay, get the list of images, set that captured image to the image view component. We are setting that image. Okay, so this is the gallery component. Okay, so this is the image, this is the camera and gallery. Okay, so I hope you understand. If you don't understand, just ask me where you don't understand, so I'll explain you. So let me know status if you are doing or if it is completed. Or you need any code, just give the confirmation so that I will based on that I will decide. Okay. So practice up to this. So with this concept, we completed the media package. We completed. So tomorrow session will start the services part. Will start. Meaning up to now whatever we discussed. We discussed the concept of activity. Activity we discussed now. We discussed what? We discussed only activity part. We discussed, meaning which is visible to the user. We are having a component called service. Without user interaction, if you want to do any background process, that logic will write in the service. Okay. So that service part will start from the tomorrow session. Okay. So thank you. We given the permissions, sir. We given the permissions of write external storage. Write external storage permission if we give, it will accept for both. Either you can read the data as well as you can write the data. We already specified that permissions we specified. See here, we specified the camera permission and we specified write external storage permission. Write external storage permission if we specify, you can read the data as well as you can write the data. In activity code, I mean where exactly you want to see the code. CIET college, where exactly you want, meaning. Okay. So just we created two buttons we created and we configured the click event for the two buttons. Camera and gallery, we created two buttons we created and we configured the click event we configured. And we specified the request code we specified. For the camera we specified request code is 1. For gallery we specified the request code is what? 2 is the request code we specified. So after this camera is exist, meaning after this camera is completed or after gallery is completed, it is going to call on activity result method is going to be called in the activity class. In the on activity result method, this request code is going to tell you from which button you got the request. You got from a camera or you got from a gallery. If it is from gallery, if it is from camera, we stored one file into one path variable. We are setting that image to the image view component. If it is from gallery, then we are setting that captured image file path we are getting. We are setting that image to the image view component we are setting. Okay, this is what the activity logic. So are you clear? Okay. So thank you. See you tomorrow.